Rick Ness has been a central figure on Gold Rush for years, building a loyal fan base with his grit, determination, and no-nonsense attitude in the gold fields. But as the Discovery Channel hit enters its later seasons, sharp-eyed fans have noticed something about Rick that has little to do with machinery or mining. His appearance, particularly his face and nose, has changed dramatically over the years, leaving many asking the same question: what happened to Rick Ness' nose? When Rick Ness first joined Gold Rush alongside Parker Schnabel, he made an immediate impression. Strong, skilled, and eager to prove himself, Rick quickly became a trusted right-hand man. Fans admired his work ethic and cheered for him when he decided to break out on his own as an independent mine boss. In his early seasons, Rick was also known for his rugged good looks. The young miner from Wisconsin had a square jaw, sharp features, and an easy smile that won him a following outside of the gold fields. To many viewers, he looked like the very picture of health and confidence. But life in the mining world, and in the spotlight, can take a toll. Over the years, Rick's journey has been marked by triumphs and heartbreak alike, and the changes to his appearance have only fueled curiosity about what he has endured. The most significant turning point in Rick's personal life came with the loss of his mother. Her passing hit him harder than many fans realized. After season 12 of Gold Rush, Rick walked away from the cameras entirely. By his own admission, he was in no shape to continue. The pressure of running his own mining operation, combined with grief and financial struggles, left Rick at his lowest point. He admitted that depression took hold of his life, and during that dark period, he turned to drugs. The money he had earned in a decade of mining seemed to slip away, and with it, the Rick Ness fans thought they knew. When Rick eventually returned in season 14, fans were glad to see him back in the mining game. But many couldn't help but notice he looked different. His face appeared older, more weathered, and his nose in particular seemed changed. Social media lit up with speculation, with some fans expressing concern about his health and others throwing around wild theories about what might have happened. One common theory was that Rick had been injured during his time away. Mining is a dangerous profession, and fights or accidents aren't uncommon in high-stress environments. Some online rumors even claimed that Rick had suffered broken bones in his face or lost teeth while filming. But despite the stories circulating, there has never been any evidence to confirm these claims. Another idea that gained traction was cosmetic surgery. Some fans speculated Rick may have undergone a procedure on his nose or face, intentionally or otherwise. Yet, as with the accident rumors, there's no proof of this. Rick himself has never publicly acknowledged surgery of any kind, leaving the chatter to grow unchecked. The reality may be less sensational than the rumors suggest. Rick is now in his 40s, and natural aging alone can cause noticeable changes in someone's appearance. Weight gain or loss also plays a role in how features look, particularly in the face. Combined with years of stress and the physical strain of mining, these factors could easily explain why Rick looks so different from the young man who first joined Gold Rush. But there is also another possible factor: his past battles with drug use. Stimulants such as cocaine are known to cause lasting damage to the face and nose. They irritate blood vessels, weaken cartilage, and in long-term cases, can permanently change the shape of the nose. Rick has openly admitted to using drugs during his darker days, and while he has since worked hard to turn his life around, it's possible that those choices left lingering effects. So, what really happened to Rick Ness' nose? The truth is that fans may never know for sure. Rick has not addressed the speculation directly, and until he does, the rumors will continue to swirl. But one thing is clear: his appearance is only one small part of his story. What truly matters is that Rick has fought his way back from devastating loss, financial ruin, and personal battles that would have broken many others. His resilience, not his nose, is what defines him today. Fans who focus solely on Rick's changing looks may be missing the bigger picture. Gold Rush has never been about glamour, it's about grit. Rick Ness embodies that spirit. He has taken hits in life, stumbled, and even disappeared from the spotlight, but he returned determined to rebuild. Whether the changes in his nose are the result of age, lifestyle, or scars from the past, Rick continues to mine for gold and push forward. His story is one of survival, perseverance, and redemption, proof that even when life leaves its marks, you can keep digging for something better. For years, Rick Ness has been one of the most recognizable faces on Gold Rush. Fans have followed his journey from being Parker Schnabel's right-hand man to striking out on his own as a mine boss. But Ness's story hasn't been without struggle. He's faced devastating personal losses, financial hardships, and a period when he stepped away from the show altogether. Yet, through it all, Rick Ness has proven one thing: he's a fighter. As Gold Rush builds towards season 16, Ness is back in the spotlight, stronger and more determined than ever. Rick's toughest period began with the loss of his beloved mother. Her passing was a devastating blow, and combined with the crushing pressure of running his own mining operation, it sent him spiraling. After season 12, Rick walked away from Gold Rush. At the time, many fans wondered if his mining career and his place on the show had come to an end. During his hiatus, Ness struggled openly with depression and turned to drugs, admitting later that he had hit rock bottom. Financial troubles mounted as years of hard work and earnings seemed to vanish. For Rick, it was a time of survival, not success. What makes Rick Ness's story so powerful is what came next. Rather than let his struggles define him, Rick made a decision to fight his way back. He sold his mother's house to start fresh, cleared the fog of depression, and worked to rebuild his life and career. By season 14, Rick was back in the Gold Rush cast, ready to prove that he wasn't finished yet. It wasn't an easy road. Mining is never forgiving, and competing with veterans like Parker Schnabel and Tony Beats requires both strategy and grit. But Rick showed he still had what it takes. His resilience became a central part of his storyline, one that fans could rally behind. By the time season 15 rolled around, Rick Ness looked more determined than ever. He carried the scars of his struggles, both physically and emotionally, but he also carried the drive of a man who had something to prove. The comeback wasn't just about finding gold, it was about reclaiming his place, his confidence, and his future. His crew stood by him, and fans who once worried about his absence began to see a renewed miner in action. Rick's perseverance became a story of hope, not just in the gold fields, but in life. Now, as Gold Rush builds towards season 16, Rick Ness stands at a pivotal point in his journey. He's been through the highs of success and the lows of personal downfall, and he's come out the other side with renewed determination. While questions remain about his finances, his health, and whether he can compete with the biggest names in the industry, Rick's trajectory is clear: he's not giving up. For Ness, season 16 isn't just another year of mining. It's the continuation of a comeback story that has inspired countless fans. His journey proves that no matter how far someone falls, it's possible to rise again with grit, resilience, and the will to keep going. At its heart, Rick Ness's story is about more than gold. It's about perseverance in the face of loss, rebuilding after hitting rock bottom, and proving that setbacks don't have to be the end. As he heads into season 16, Ness stands as a reminder that resilience can turn tragedy into triumph. Rick's comeback may be one of the most compelling arcs on Gold Rush today. He's not just digging for gold in the Yukon, he's digging deep into himself to build a future stronger than the past.